Go bigger than a hell rain. Things like we heard on the decks. Glover hold the court, give it to no suspect. Politics in the mix, like Gumbo Stewart Rich. Spinning tales from Black Wall Street, real life's the pitch. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. Donnie Glover Show, be more news.
Welcome to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. How you doing, man?
Man, feeling well, man.
What's your name?
My name is Cardi Cornish.
And you a legend?
I'm a legend.
You're a legend here in Baltimore City. Where we at right now?
We live in the 17, Pennsylvania Avenue. The legendary Pennsylvania Avenue.
Man, the last time I saw you here, you were doing something just across the street here. What were you doing?
Oh yeah, I had some food left over from an event. We brung it out. We fed a couple of people, man.
Why you do that?
Nice soul food.
Why you do that?
Man, the love that God has shown me in Christ, man, it overflows. That's how it overflows.
Yes, sir.
We got more than we can use. We got more than we can handle ourselves. We try to let it flow. Let it flow to the next place.
Yeah. We're proud of you, man.
Thank you.
And we're proud of your son.
Thank you.
You're watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.
Business six hotter than lava. Got that Midas touch. Stocks and blocks teaching youngins how to clutch. Ears to the concrete, finger on the pulse, dropping wisdom like Hova. Each word a joke. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. 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 Walls painted black, history on lock. Blast off from Tulsa, rebirth like a clock. Markets rising from ashes to dames. Donnie the narrator, truth runs in veins. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. Donnie Glover Show, be more news. Donnie Glover Show, be more news.
First name's Donnie, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. Tonight's guest on Politics 26 is none other than Alexis Solis. We're also being joined by the one and only Irvin Bernard Reed, the Godfather. Hello, sir.
Mr. Morris, Donnie Glover, how are you, my brother?
I'm good. Alexis, welcome to the show. Did she freeze up?
Alexis, are you on mute?
No, I think it's.
Can you all hear me?
Now we're good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
We're going to get straight to the jugular. You're running in the 5th. Where is the 5th?
So that consists of 5 different counties. That's Anne Arundel, Prince George's, Calvert, St. Mary's, and Charles counties.
It's a lot of territory, Alexis.
Indeed.
We
can definitely pull it off.
One of my heroes comes from your district. His name is Matthew Alexander Henson.
Okay.
He discovered the North Pole. He comes out of Charles County.
Oh, wow.
A place called Nanjemoy, 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 Maryland. Matthew Henson, he discovered the North Pole. They tried to steal credit from him, Irvin. You know, I went to Matthew Henson Elementary School.
Oh, did you really?
I did as well. Alumni stand together. Matthew Henson.
You did?
I did. Joanne Benson was one of my substitute teachers there.
In Baltimore?
Oh no, we have one in Landover as well, Matthew Henson.
Get out of here. I did not know.
It's a big polling place too, Donnie. Yeah, it's one of the big major polling places.
What sparked your interest, Alexis?
I've been in politics since I graduated from college, and in college actually, at Bowie State, the illustrious Bowie State University, I like to say. I volunteered in a lot of presidential campaigns, starting with Barack Obama's first campaign, then trickled down to Elizabeth Warren's campaign. And as I'm, getting more involved in politics, I unfortunately lost my mother to mental health. And then I started a mental health nonprofit Mind Over Madness, and it just wasn't a big enough impact for me. So then I got more involved in the political arena, and I decided to run for state delegate about 4 years ago, where I did a lot of door knocking, covering 2 years of door knocking. So getting and touching the people right where they are and understanding their needs and concerns. And it really touched my heart is to understand all of the problems that they saw in District 24, legislative district at the time, 24, a lot of the crime and education issues that took place in District 24 that, for my career, working in with federal contracts from a countrywide perspective, I thought that my background catered more to the congressional aspects. So that's when I decided to run for Congress for Maryland District 5.
Okay, and so how'd you meet this the other way?
I've known Urban Reed for quite some time. I've worked on many different local campaigns with him, and I've learned a lot throughout the years. I think about 8 or 9 years now, Urban.
Something like that. Yeah.
So
You've been baptized.
quite some time, and he's taught me a lot of the different things that I know about campaigning and just getting more involved in the community and understanding the needs and concerns at a much grassroots level.
Alexis, this political thing has changed since Irvin first got in. Since I first got in after him, the game changes every session. Now you got AI, you got Facebook ads.
Yep.
How do you bridge the wisdom of Irvin Reed with today's fast-paced technology?
Great question. And I think I'm just the person for the job, given as though I was a technology executive for a corporate company based in Tysons, Virginia, overseeing billion-dollar contracts, working in the technology arena, modernizing technology across the country. So that's definitely something that we need to do in the state of Maryland and across the country as well. And that's what I've been doing for the past 5 to 7 years. Modernizing IT, I think, and to your question, is getting today's society to understand that. And that's meeting them exactly where they are, whether that's at the HOA meetings, whether that's just at community events, and showcasing some of the products that are out there, leveraging AI. But we want to be careful when we say AI and we're using it in government arenas, because there's not a lot of governance procedures or policies written for AI. So we just want to slow poke it. And I know it's going to happen regardless, because AI is out there, like the chat GBTs of the world. It's just we want to create policies, federal policies, to govern those procedures as well.
Well, tell me more about where an Irvin Bernard Reed fits into the equation in your mind. And I say that, Alexis, because we're in a world now where older people are ostracized by some younger people.
Hey, Donnie, before she answers that, I did want to say one thing, though, that I love about Alexis. Alexis is what I call a grunt, and I'm a grunt. Larry Gibson is a grunt. So she's old school when it comes to campaigning, because she goes door to door. She's a retail politician, and that's something that's dying, especially in Prince George's County. But that's why I love Alexis, because, whenever I need it, especially with Cal, when we've taken out teams, she's the first person I call, and she's always there. And she's got a bunch of young grunts with her. So from that piece, she's never lost tact with the old school campaigning. But I'm sorry, I'll let.
So let's evolve the question.
Okay.
What makes you, Alexis, gravitate to an Irvin Bernard Reed? When I see it daily, younger politicians want nothing much to do with older. I guess he's more like a chief. He's up on the hill with the,
Well, great question. I think we always need the older generation of politicians and campaign executives as well. It helps us to better understand the history of what took place. And I'm definitely learning a lot about that now, even as someone that's grew up in Prince George's County over 30 years. I'm still, even today, learning more about the history. And that as we all know, learning the history helps you understand the future. So we always need our older generations to support us and guide us along the way, regardless of how time evolves in the technology arena.
What politicians inspired you?
Great question. I would say Jocelyn Pina Melnick. She's definitely one of my role models from the state legislative perspective. When I ran originally, given my public health background, I definitely idolized her growing up and watching her in the legislative procedures and her involvement in the community. She's definitely a grassroots legislator, and I just want to take it a step further at the congressional level.
Who else?
I would say Calvin Hawkins as the county council at large for Prince George's County. He's definitely been a grassroots person and working in the community service with him. For example, at High Point High School, we worked with some of the local churches and delivering food every Saturday, even during COVID. And he personally would come out and hand off food and groceries to the community. So that's something you just don't see every day. Politicians, they'll write the checks, they'll come in for the photo ops, but Calvin was there, the grassroots, delivering the groceries to the community personally. So that's something I definitely idolized as well.
What's your platform?
Great question. My platform, as you know, it stems from mental health. So I think that if we combine just what we've been talking about tonight, combine mental health into every aspect of the pillars of campaigning, so that mental health into the educational arena, mental health into the crime, mental health into economic development, and combining that with modernizing IT into the communities, we'll have a better environment. Modernizing IT will definitely reduce, I think, a lot of the crime rates as well, in addition to adding mental health to all the platforms. If you have mental health in the communities, for example, to understand the students' concerns, they're suffering a lot with what's going on at home. So if we bring in more counselors into the school systems, the students will perform better and our education test scores will increase. And if our education test scores increase, then that'll bring more people to move into our District 5. And if we have more people moving into our district, we'll have more businesses wanting to come here, and it'll create a domino effect for our community as well.
Given the current climate in Washington, D.C., where it is very difficult, particularly for Democrats, to get legislation passed, to get anything moving forward, what do you bring to the table that's necessary to get this country back on track, even amidst this authoritarian type of leadership we're experiencing?
Good point. And from the DC perspective, for example, what we're seeing now is that we have a lot of federal officers into our DC district where it's not needed. And I understand the data is reflecting, I think Mayor Bowser put out a statistic today that 86% of the carjackings have been reduced since the placement of the federal officers. I do believe that yes, DC may have needed more police officers, but they didn't need particularly federal officers. I think that's when we're overstepping jurisdictions, and that's not a long-term fix. Is not maintaining federal officers in a DC area where just more police officers would have been needed to reduce the crime rates.
Any thoughts, Irvin?
I think we're gonna need to work time. Trump's got to go. I mean, he's going to do the damage that he does, and we got to figure out how to undo the damage he did. I love what my boy from California is doing. You know, California wants to step up, redraw their lines, which is great, and at least for 2 years, and maybe bring it back. But as long as he's there, this country will be unstable. And hopefully black people will wake up. I doubt it, but hopefully they will wake up. And and we need new leadership. We need leadership that's not afraid, leadership that's not there to be called the honorable, and leadership that will hit the streets and find out what the people really want. And again, that's one of the things I love about Alexis. She's a street person. She's in the streets. So, but it's we just living in a crazy time, and yeah, Trump is gonna. We just gonna have to midterm. Hopefully, we can turn Congress around. Again, I'm not hopeful with that neither, but I hope we do. So,
Alexis, how do we get people to stay interested in voting? Any thoughts on that? And let me just say, I don't think that we don't vote. I think we very much vote. I remember when Barack Obama was elected, there was a line out of the nearest elementary school across the street early in the morning. I know we vote, but there are those and those from your angle running for office or in office who will say our people don't vote when that's just one perspective. Another perspective could be, I mean, who hasn't met people who say I've never voted in my life? There are those who think the political process is a damn joke. And here in the state of Maryland, which is 2-1 Democrat, thank God we finally got a black governor, a black U.S. senator. However, none of us can be so gullible as to think that they can reverse 300 years of a systematic assault on black people.
I agree with you that we do come out to vote, but we don't come out to vote in the numbers that we need to win the best elections that we need. For example, my race, for example, has been open. We have had the same candidate in office for numerous years. Not to say that he hasn't done an excellent job during his tenure, but sometimes we have to know when to pass the torch. And if we've come out to get more to your earlier point of how do we get the community to want to be more involved in politics, it's getting them to understand what's important to them. So what matters to the community is they don't want to hear, you know, we saved 2% of the budget by decreasing an allocation in a different line item. A lot of people don't understand budgets. A lot of people don't understand allocations. So it's communicating to them where they are and helping them to understand why it's important to them, breaking it down. And I think that's why Trump gets reelected, is because he breaks it down to simplest terms. He makes it easy for people to understand, whether it's what we want to hear or not. People understand it.
and Donnie, let me add that because I'm writing a paper right now. People, in my opinion, we don't give people a lot of chance, a reason to vote. We always want to have a conversation. Whenever I talk to a Democrat about Kamala, they always added Trump in. I'm talking about Kamala. We need people that want to vote. You got to give people a reason to vote for you. And that's what the party, I don't think, has figured out. And a lot of our elected officials haven't figured out. I'm writing a paper and I talk about when I met Marion Barry and I sat down, I needed his support. And what Marion, said, I said, Mr. Mayor, and once I'm, whether I'm successful or not, I'm going to help you out in your campaign. And he says, son, you don't need to do a damn thing for me. I'm not helping you to come out on the campaign. I'm helping you because I can help you. And hopefully one day you'll do the same. And when Talmadge Branch, who was running for the House of Delegates in '86, my first race, used to call me up and said, Irvin, he worked for Parent Mitchell, the great Congressman Parent Mitchell. And he would say, Irvin, you want to ride with me and the congressman? So I spent some time, quality time, just the three of us. And Parent didn't give a shit whether you voted or not.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Parent Mitchell did what was right. And so we need elected officials that's going to do the right thing regardless. And that's what we don't do. But even more than that, we need a electorate who is going to vote for people to do the right things. So if you're voting for people that aren't doing the right things, then it's on you. You're really the problem, in my opinion.
Okay, I got a little something. I think.
That's correct. And so I hire people who have that attitude. I hire people who are winners, not losers. I hire people who don't whine and instead shine. self-motivated people who want to get it right all the time, but who are open-minded enough to be corrected.
Absolutely.
Any thoughts on it? That was Billy Murphy, noted attorney extraordinaire, talking about what it takes to be great. Do you have what it takes to be great, Alexis?
Absolutely. And to his last point of being open-minded to other perspectives, I think that's very important of a leader, especially someone that's representing the community. You have to be open-minded to hearing different perspectives. And that's what keeps my campaign growing and just keeps me learning along the way, because I'm open-minded to other opinions. I'm open-minded to the constituents and the community leaders and advocates and nonprofit executives, and just understanding, and the business owners, and just understanding their perspectives. If you're not an open-minded leader and you're just going in with your priorities, your mission, your goals, you can't grow, and you're only going to be one-sided and maybe even one-termed.
Do you see yourself on the national news every night like a Jasmine Crockett taking on the various members of the right?
Absolutely. It takes a fighter, especially now that we have, unfortunately, Trump in office. We need someone that's going to advocate for us in the best way possible. And the best way of advocating is to listen. The only way you can understand and grow is to listen to the community and their concerns by properly representing your district. So to your question, yes, I can see myself on the news fighting and advocating to continue spreading the word that truly representing my community.
Are you even willing to risk being arrested? They are arresting people at the ICE office, at the immigration office, at immigration hearings. They've arrested a mayor, a senator. They don't care. Can you handle that?
As long as I'm following the current law and they arrest me,
they're not following any law. They're making up the laws they go. I'm sorry.
As long as I'm following the law, then if they arrest me, then I'm going to be arrested. If they're not going against what's legal.
Urban DC off the hook.
You mean with the National Guard and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to DC right now.
A lot of people don't, and a lot of businesses are losing support because of that. A lot of people aren't supporting the DC businesses because of what's going on in DC right now. So that'll be another layer of madness.
I mean,
It seems like we're having some trouble hearing you, Alexis. So we're gonna kind of wrap this up. Sometimes things happen beyond our control. We'll give her a chance to come back in. Any thoughts, Irvin, before we get up out of here?
No, not really. Like I say, man, it's always a pleasure. I mean, I'm glad we have people like you that will give everybody an opportunity to speak. The thing about Alexis, she's running against Steny. No one would dare to run against Steny, but she stepped out there, whether he was going to retire or not. If he does step out, which I do think down the road he will.
And it's a race every 2 years. I remember Jamal got out there and challenged Cummins. He ran the shortest political campaign in the history of Black people. It was all of 9 days.
Jamal, the preacher?
Back around.
He ran against Steny? Oh, I don't.
It was the shortest campaign in the history of people.
I do vaguely remember that. Okay.
They showed him something, and he got out that race. But I wanted him to know, dude, the race is every 2 years. Run. Whatever they throw at you now, in 2 years, but you got to run. Unless
he had something that he just didn't want out there. And so not everybody.
He should have known that going in. It's like, you got dirt in the closet. Don't need me going out there. Okay, right. Alexis, you got the floor. You get the floor. I'm gonna give you the entire screen, and we want you to tell people why they should vote for you up against Steny Hoyer. And as I was just saying to Irvin, the race is every 2 years, so I'd beat him to death. Anyway, that's just my thoughts.
Good evening, everyone. And my name is Alexis Solis, and I'm running for the U.S. House of Representatives for Maryland District 5. And you should vote for me because I'm a true advocate for the people, that I've been at the grassroots level supporting you. I've been a nonprofit owner. I'm a CEO of a government consulting company, so I can definitely bring the money back to the state of Maryland, and which was what Steny Hoyer was doing for us. But I'm willing to take it a step further to fight for our rights, fight for our legalities, and be a voice for you.
I think that was pretty good. What you think, Irvin?
Oh yeah, she getting there. She getting there. She learns well. Yeah.
Well, I commend you for getting an Irvin Bernard reading. He got a whole slew of people. Don't let him sham on you. He's got a whole army of people, and you also got to pick his brain on the history of people that he really admires. I know that he admires Perrin J. Mitchell. I know that he admires Wayne Carey, and I know that he admired Marion Barry. We don't talk much about Marion Barry. I keep him all to myself. To me, he was the greatest politician of my era.
Really?
Perrin J. Mitchell was there, but I was a little younger, and I'm a couple of days younger than Irvin. But I interviewed. I did cover Congressman Mitchell when the two Baltimore Sun reporters snuck into his hospice room. I burned their butts up.
Yeah, to me, he's the greatest of all time. Yeah, Perrin was just he's a different level. And yeah, he was just, man, this dude was it.
We got some bad sisters out there too. Don't forget the sisters, starting with Harriet Tubman. So, Alexis, we expect great things from you.
Thank you.
And Perrin J. Mitchell, you could not buy his vote. You could contribute to his campaign, but he said that don't give you no say over here.
Not at all. Not at all. He was for the people. And what's my girl that ran for president? Unbossed and Unboard.
Shirley Chisholm.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Shirley Chisholm, Barbara Jordan. Anyway, Irvin, thank you for joining us. Did you want to say something before we get up out of here, Alexis?
No, I'm good. Oh, okay, Alexis.
Just get out and vote come June 2026. The importance of voting, I can't express enough, and you are literally seeing it happen. The reason why is in DC right now. So just vote, vote, vote.
What's that website, Alexis?
Thank you. VoteAlexisSolis.com. And that'll give
And
you
we
more
didn't
about.
even ask you.
I'm sorry?
VoteAlexisSolis.com. Is that Latino?
Yes, I'm Nicaraguan, black and white.
Okay, well, bienvenido a Bimornos. Ojalá tú tienes success.
Muchas
That's
gracias.
my English. And there's a strong population of Latinos growing in the whole area. I know they don't consider Baltimore the DMV, but Latinos everywhere. Listen to Irvin. That's all I can tell you.
And also, Alexis, just so you know, history. Donnie's written like 3 books. Donnie, you're working on your 4th now, right?
I got 3. The 4th one comes out in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah. Unapologetically Black.
Awesome. I can't wait to read it.
I Am Black Wall Street. And Journalpreneur. The next one coming out is Black Blueprint, Baltimore to Burkina Faso. But we actually, wish you a lot of success. And I claim Puerto Rico too, Barriqua. My grandfather was from Puerto Rico.
I love that.
Yes. And that's a Native American. Matter of fact, we do these shows in the evening, and it's just a lot of people. But work hard, and we have to have you back on the show.
Absolutely. Excited to come back.
Good deal. Great job. Irvin, until next time.
Donnie, my man.
Good evening all.